Hey everyone, wanted to take some time to go through some options for a hip ab and adductor exercises. So your inner and outer thigh. One thing you'll notice at both our Newmarket and our Queensville locations, we do not have a hip abduction machine. We don't have the one where you're sitting down, you're pushing your legs in and out to work those muscles. We have found that there are more effective ways to go through the same things. So we wanted to talk you through that this morning and give you some options for this. So the first one that we're using is coming on here. This is our ISOFIT. So we've got two of these in Newmarket and two of these up in Queensville. They're very simple. They're nice and light. You can move them around very easily. When you're standing on top of it, it is spring loaded. So if I push this bar off to the side, I can lift the height of that and it'll just lock into place again. So for what we're gonna go through for this morning with our hip abduction, we've got it, there's 3 notches here up. So 1, 2, 3, it's in the 3rd notch. At this point, we're going to be standing, planting on your outside foot. So right now that's my right leg, and I'm going to bring my left leg out into the bar. As soon as you push into that bar, you're going to feel that hip engage, and it's going to be the exact same muscle that you're going to be using for that hip abduction machine that you would typically use in a traditional gym. You can move yourself out further and allow for a larger range of motion. You can come in tighter if you need to start off a little bit smaller with this. And if you're having a hard time with your balance, just grab the dowel, hold on to that, and make sure that you're nice and secure as you're going through this. Now, as you push out, you'll feel the opposite hip working as well, because it's going to push in the opposite direction. You want to make sure that your abdominals are engaged, so we're not collapsing down on this at all. We're standing just nice and tall, driving out from the hip, engaging in the outside of that hip and into the glute. The idea with the isometrics here, push as hard as you feel comfortable. Recognizing that you get out of it what you put into it. So if you're just starting off with this, I don't recommend pushing as hard as you can, but just pushing and create that contraction and make sure it's just nice and stable. If you're more seasoned and more advanced with some of your lifting and you want to feel that burn, then I want you to push as hard as you can into that bar and just engage in the hip as much as possible. You can look at this from a couple different standpoints. You can do a 10-second hold, pushing as hard as you can, focusing a little bit more on that force production, so more of a pure raw strength component. You can hold it up to 30 seconds, looking at more of like a hypertrophy aspect, or into like 45 or even up to 60 seconds if you're looking at this more from an endurance standpoint. So again, just driving that hip out, really engaging in the outside of that hip. We can then spin this if you want to, and to get more in that glute, and then just driving straight back from there, right? So it's engaging into the hip, making sure that you're getting more of that glute. Same concept, 10 seconds for more of that raw strength, 30 seconds more for hypertrophy, and up to 60 seconds more for an endurance component. So that's gonna be the first option we've got here. Give it a try. We'll go through some extras though. All right, so we went through our standing hip abduction. If you really want to target in and just focus on those muscles on the outside of the thigh, you can do this in a lying position as well. And that's just coming down, bringing that leg underneath. I usually support my head with my hand and then just driving straight up and engaging in the outside of the hip. And again, we can increase the height of this bar to increase how much range of motion you're going through. So that's going to be your lying option. All right, so the next option we've got all these little mini bands here. These are fantastic. So yellow is going to be the lightest. Then you've got red, blue, green, and black being the heaviest. You can grab one of these. We're going to put it around your ankles. All right. Squat down just a little bit, and then you can go through either a side-to-side hip abduction. Now, the thought to this now, imagine like you've got your favorite drink on your shoulders and you don't want to spill the drink. Right? So we're not waddling like a penguin going side to sides. We're keeping our shoulders just nice and level, bending into it, stepping out, and then back through. We can also look at this as going down kind of the section of the mobility track here. So you can just go left, off to the one side, and work your way back on the other. Right? So go through either till it burns, so you can't do any more. And if you're getting through the whole length, then I'd probably say look at increasing the tension of that band. But this is going to be a fantastic option for that hip abduction. Give it a try. So another great exercise to work on if you want to engage those outer thighs into hip abductors This time we've got our little mini band around the knees. And we're gonna go through a squat. So you're stepping out, you're making sure that that band doesn't pull your knees in and collapse. We wanna keep those knees driving out. And then as you go through that squat, you're gonna feel outside of those hips kicking in really nicely. We're gonna engage in through glutes as we go through that motion. We're gonna be driving out on those hips. So if you can think of that, that's another great option.